Well, as we all know, the markets have been hit by a lot of extreme news in the news cycle. We've had Trump's tariffs threats, and now we're watching the events in Iran and Israel as Israel takes out Iran's nuclear weapons capability. How does that affect, I should say, not expect, how does that affect the financial markets, your 401k, your retirement plans, your savings, etc.? What should we expect? Let's welcome back to the show, wealth advisor, founder of Ackerman Financial Group, Jake Ackerman. Jake, good to have you with us.
Hey, Rick, it's always good to be here. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. What do you think this attack by Israel on Iran does to the markets?
Well, let's look at it from a short-term, medium-term, and long-term perspective. In the short term, emotions are high, can cause a lot of market volatility, potentially expect some downside risk. I mean, look at energy prices overnight. Man, they extraordinarily shot up. A lot of crude oil, a lot of energy products come out of Iran. So what's the downstream effects of energy prices being higher that can cause this inflation fight that we're currently battling? It could extend it, unfortunately. But history has shown usually these geopolitical events are pretty short-lived. So can we have an emotional reaction over a short period of time? Absolutely. In the medium to long term, I think we'll get past it, and we usually get past it quickly. Doesn't mean that we're in clear waters right now. From our last time we spoke, we're we're having the impression that we are going to get an economic slowdown, regardless of whoever won the previous presidential election. It's the natural business cycle. Things were slowing down. We had a presidential election in 2024, which no administration, regardless if it's Republican or Democrat, are going to want a recession to happen in an election year. It's a death. You're done. You're cooked. It's over. So you have to do anything in your tool belt to make sure and ensure that the recession doesn't take place. And I mean, of course, that's what the Biden administration did. Again, I would expect it from any administration. So they kick the can down the road and it falls into the next administration's lap. Now, does the recession have to be nasty? We have to have a global financial crisis like we did in 08, 09? No. We get the tax cuts passed. We get a normal garden variety slowdown. We get on the other side of that and we're in the clear. So this Iran-Israel thing, well, from a historical market perspective, should be short-lived. Now, here's the caveat. There's always a potential for a black swan. All of a sudden, well, let's just give you an off-the-wall example, not saying this is going to happen. China wants to get involved and they arm Iran, or Russia gets involved and they arm Iran with some kind of nuclear weapon, or they actually get themselves involved. Now that changes the dynamic. Right now, I think Iran's crippled. A lot of their leaders are gone. They're off the face of this earth. And now you can see that their response so far has been muted, but we'll see how things play out. We'll see what their actual response is going to be once they rehuddle and gather themselves and see what's going to take place. But I think they're pretty crippled right now. I think this will be short-lived unless they get an ally that's a larger power.
You know what, Jake? I think I have to agree with everything you just said, and I think you touched upon some very good points that we're not hearing much of by others in the media today. Yeah, there will be a short-term effect, and history says that moves on, provided other events don't come in. I think that was very, very well put, Jake Ackerman. How do you think the Trump administration is doing so far with the whole concept of trade tariffs?
To be determined still. So far, we have to let this play out. I'm under the assumption, our team's under the assumption that the Trump administration, number one, wants to bring back some kind of manufacturing to the US,
Yeah.
especially, let's say, PPE, drug manufacturing, steel, things that are national security risks to the United States that we've outsourced to China and other countries. We have to bring some of those back. Now, are we going to bring back shoe manufacturing, making t-shirts, opening up sweatshops in America? No. But we do need some type of real manufacturing, national security manufacturing to come back. I mean, look what happened with COVID. We all of a sudden just couldn't get masks, had trouble getting drugs.
Good point.
We can't let that happen again. So the Trump administration has to keep these tariffs on longer than maybe they want to. Keep them a little bit higher because we have to get the big corporation, the big company CEOs to actually capitulate and bring back manufacturing. They're going to have to look at their bottom line and go, you know what? We just got to bring it back. It doesn't make any sense. We're going to be more profitable in the US. And I still think that takes time. I talked to a lot of my business clients. Very few of them have really changed because of the tariffs. All of them are on the assumption that they're going to go away. Some of them have changed. Well, some of them have taken the opportunity to change, make new deals because of the different margins now, because of the tariffs. But right now, I mean, look at the China trade deal that just went through. China's still going to have 55% tariffs. They're going to have 10% tariffs on US. So they have to, they have to keep them in place. Once we start to see the CEOs capitulate, then they can make the really good trade deals, take them off. But there may be another, I'm trying, I don't want to be negative, but there may be another round of tariffs coming. I think that's a real high potential because the CEOs haven't really started bringing things back. And this may drag out a little bit longer. But if we can get the manufacturing back here, national security risks, it's going to bring it back. A bunch of new jobs, high paying jobs because of the manufacturing is going to be higher quality, higher paying jobs, more jobs for Americans, more tax revenue, more expansion, more money in our population's pockets so they can go out, buy, travel, enjoy life, enjoy their retirement, enjoy their families. And then we get past that, we move on to the really good trade deals. Once we make the really good trade deals, maybe at the same time we get this tax cut package passed and we start to implement that. And now all of a sudden we're in a completely different place. We have more jobs, more manufacturing here. We have good trade deals that are in the benefit of America, which America is the customer of the world. The rest of them are the stores. Walmart doesn't dictate prices. The customer does. We are the customer of the world. So we dictate the terms. Once we get past that, these businesses are going to keep more dollars in their pockets. They know what to do with it better. They're going to expand, grow, hire employees because they're going to get a tax incentive to do so. It's not like our businesses are just hoarding it and are tax evaders. I mean, there's obviously are tax evaders, but the tax packages are incentives to hire more employees and grow their businesses by bettering them, their families, and the community.
Jake, outstanding information. We covered a lot in that time span. And you know, when manufacturing went overseas years ago, as I recall, it was never intended to have all our manufacturing go overseas for essential products and services that are required for our national security and high-paying positions. But that's what happened. And being a native guy from Pittsburgh, as I am, I'm in California now, but from Pittsburgh, I know they're celebrating back in Pittsburgh over the recent arrangement with Nissan Steel that Trump administration has announced. High-paying, essential manufacturing jobs need to be here. They were never intended to leave in the first place. Jake Ackerman, wealth advisor at Ackerman Financial Group, the founder of Ackerman Financial Group. Good information. Look for some short-term pain because of Israel and Iran, but that should go away, and watch for other things to play out as you laid out. Thanks for joining us.
Rick, as always, thanks for having me back.
You got it. Back after this.